Hello, Sandy157 and one or two other people seem confused by the term catfishing. I'm not that surprised. I only learnt what it was about 2 or 3 days before I went into a TV show called The Circle, which was predicated on catfishing. Catfishing is a technique whereby somebody pretends to be somebody else online. And so online, who knows? Who knows if somebody is somebody else? In The Circle, there was a character who presented himself as a builder called Jay, but was in fact Jay's mother. And that seemed to me to be fairly obvious. In The Circle, we could only communicate with one another through a social media system, so by talking to a television, and text would appear on the television screen. People talk in different rhythms, and there are things that I think a builder at the age of 18 or 19 would say, and there are things which I think an adult much older would say, and similarly there are rhythms and words which I think are gender based. It's not, I can't say my understanding is very clear, but based on so many years of seeing student texts of all ages, I think I've taught every single age group from nursery all the way up to university. And so certainly if I see what someone has written, and there was foolishly at one point a birthday card which was passed around in The Circle, and texts were written on this card by people in different coloured inks and pens. I was in no doubt at all that Jay was his mother, and I knew this for some time, and production was very concerned. How do you know? How do you know? I didn't go out of my way to identify catfishers. Some people made it their business to identify who was a catfisher, and quite a lot of people thought I was a catfish, but I wasn't. Initially, when I went into the show, I was asked if I would catfish, and I thought, well, who could I be? And then I thought, oh, I could be Mrs. May. I could be sitting in my apartment weeping over the misery that I've caused. And then I realised, frankly, there wasn't very much in that. Not very much mileage, and no fields of wheat to run through. So I abandoned that, and I was quite relieved when the production said that they thought that it would be much more interesting for me to be myself, because that would be unbelievable. I could start sentences with, when I was a monk, or when I was a nanny, when I was a goat herd, and all of those sentences would be incredible. And that's how it turned out. So that is catfishing. Catfishing is pretending to be somebody when you're not.